Hi everyone, in today's video I am going to discuss about writing a C program to print the prime numbers within the range of 1 to 10. So I have made a different video where I have discussed about writing a C program to check whether an entered number is a prime number or not. If you guys have not seen that video, then I just recommend you guys to watch that video as well. So before coming to today's topic, I just want to tell you guys that if you guys like this video, click on like button. Share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and if you guys have any questions, then let me know in the comment section. Now let us start our discussion. Let me first write the output of this program. Okay. When this program gets executed, it will ask user to enter the range. Let us suppose user has entered 10. Then it should display the prime numbers within the range of 10. And those numbers are 2, 3, 5 and 7. Now each and every of these numbers are considered as prime numbers. So now let me first discuss what a prime number is. A prime number is a number which gets divisible only by 1 or by the number itself. So as you can see here, each and every of these numbers gets divisible either by 1 or by itself. 2 gets divisible by 1 or by the number 2 itself. Similarly, 3 gets divisible by 1 or by the number 3 itself, and the same case with 5 and 7, whereas we have different numbers in the same range, and those numbers are 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. So these are the 5 numbers which are not considered as prime number, because each and every of these numbers gets divisible by other numbers as well. Let us see. 4 gets divisible by 2 also. 6 gets divisible by 2 as well as by 3. So each and every of these numbers gets divisible by different numbers. That's why these 5 numbers are not termed as prime number. Now you can see I have written down the output because I knew the rule, and based on that rule I have just figured it out and then I just written it down. But how programmatically we determine what are the numbers which comes under the range of 1 to 10? So to programmatically determine the prime numbers from 1 to 10, we also need to apply the same logic. So let me just write down the numbers. So these are the numbers which comes under the range of 2 to 10. So what we should do is to find these prime numbers out of this range. We need to check each and every number. Initially we should start checking the first number, whether this number 2 gets divisible by a number other than 1 or by itself. Then we consider this number is not a prime number. Then the same checking we need to do with the second number, which is 3. If the number 3 gets divisible by a number other than 1 or by itself, then we cannot consider this number as a prime number. Similarly, we need to check for the number 4. If the number 4 gets divisible by a number other than 1 or by itself, then this number is also not a prime number. So this checking we need to perform on each and every of these numbers starting from 2 to 10. That means here we are performing a specific task again and again with each and every number. Whenever in programs we are performing a specific task again and again, then we must use any of the looping construct, and that looping construct can be either a for loop or while loop or do while loop. In this case we will be using the for loop. Why? Because in this case we know in advance how long we need to perform this task of checking. How many times? This number. Until we reach to 10, we need to perform the task of checking whether each and every of this number gets divisible by a number other than 1 or by itself. So what we can do is we start with the number 2 and then we will move on to 3, then 4 and then 5, like this until we will get the value 10. So we will start the for loop with the initial value 2. 2 I is less than or equals to 10. Okay. Now here I am trying to check whether 2 is a prime number or not. So then I should set a variable is prime to 0. Initially we need to assume that each and every number is a prime number. Then I will start another for loop with j equals to 2 to j is less than I. Okay. I will use an if condition. If I mod j is equals to 0. So here I value is 2. 2 is less than or equals to 10. Condition satisfied. Control will come inside the for loop to check here. J value is 2. J is less than I. 2 is less than 2. No. Condition becomes false. That's why control will come outside the for loop here. And here condition gets checked out. If is prime is equals to 0. Now you can see, if this condition becomes true, then only the value of is prime gets updated to 1. When the value of is prime gets changed to 1, that means that number is not a prime number. So in this case, this condition itself becomes false and the control never comes inside this if. That's why the is prime value will not get changed. When the value of is prime will remain 0, then that number will be considered as a prime number. Print number. Oh, so now 2 is considered as a prime number. Next, the value of I gets incremented by 1. Initially the value of I was 2. Okay, and j value is 2. And now, okay, so second time the value of I becomes 3. I value is 3 now. Okay, I value is 3. 3 is less than or equals to 10. Yes, condition becomes true. Control will come inside the for loop and control will come here. J equals to 2. J is less than I. 2 is less than 3. Yes, condition becomes true. That's why control will come inside the inner for loop to check for this condition. Here now I am checking whether the value 3 is divisible by 2 or not. If this condition becomes satisfied, then we can consider that this number is not a prime number. So now I is 3 mod 2. So 3 didn't get divisible by 2. So that's why control will not come inside the if. So control will come outside the for to increment the value of j equals to 3. Now the value of j is 3. Now the value of I equals to 3 and j equals to 3. So we'll check here. 3 is less than or equals to 10. Yes, condition becomes true. Condition becomes true. Control will come inside the for loop to check this condition. 3 is less than 3. No, condition becomes false. So when the condition becomes false, the control will not come inside the for to perform this if condition. That means the is prime value will not get changed to 1. So 3 is considered as the prime number. Now I gets incremented by 1. So now I becomes 4. 4 is less than or equals to 10. Yes, condition becomes true. That's why the control will come inside the for loop to check for this condition. J equals to 2. So j is 2, I is 4. So 2 is less than 4. As condition becomes true, that's why control will come inside the for loop to check for this condition. I is 4, j is 2. So now here you can see I am trying to check whether the number 4 gets divisible by a number other than 1 or by itself. Now you can clearly see 4 gets divisible by 2. That means here 4 is violating the rule of prime. So now this condition becomes true. That's why control will come inside the if, and now is prime variable will have the value 1, and now we'll just break. Now control will come outside the for, inner for, to increment the value of I to 5 and the value of j will be 2. So I will be 5. 5 is less than or equals to 10. Condition true. That's why control will come inside the inner for loop to check for this condition. J is 2 and I is 5. 2 is less than 5. Yes, condition becomes true. That's why control will come inside this inner for to check for this if condition. I is 5. So here 5 mod 2. No, 5 didn't get divisible by 2. So here in this case I am checking whether the number 5 gets divisible by a number other than 1 or by itself. So now initially I am checking whether the number 5 gets divisible by 2. No, 5 didn't get divisible by 2. That's why control will come outside the if to increment the value of j by 1. Now j becomes 3. So I will check whether 5 gets divisible by 3. No, 5 didn't get divisible by 3. So that's why control will come outside the if to increment the value of j by 1. Now j becomes 4. And I am checking whether 5 gets divisible by 4. No. Now 5. Okay, so here j becomes 5. 5 is less than 5? No, condition didn't get satisfied. That's why control will never come inside the for loop, and here it will check is prime is equals to 0 and 5 gets printed out. Next, I gets incremented by 1. Now I becomes 6. I value equals to 6. 6 is less than equals to 10. Condition true. So here j equals to 2 and here I is 6. 2 is less than 6 is condition true. That's why control will come inside the if I mod j. Here I is 6, j is 2. Now here I am checking whether the number 6 gets divisible by a number other than 1 or itself. Now you can clearly see the number 6 gets divisible by 2. So that's why this number is violating the rule of prime. So that's why control will come inside the if to set the value of is prime to 1. That means this number gets discarded, and then control will come outside the inner for loop to increment the value of I equals to 7. Now I value becomes 7. 7 is less than equals to 10. Condition satisfied. Then control will come inside the loop. Now j equals to 2, j and I is 7. 2 is less than 7, yes, condition becomes true. That's why control will come inside the inner for loop, and now I becomes 7. 7 mod 2. Now in this case I am trying to check whether the number 7 gets divisible by a number other than 1 or by itself. So here in the first case I am trying to see whether the number 7 gets divisible by 2. No, it's not gets divisible. So this condition will not satisfy. Control will come outside the if to increment the value of j by 1, and now j becomes 3. Then here 3 is less than 7, condition true. So 3 will come here. So 7 didn't get divisible by 3 also. So the value gets incremented by 1. Now j becomes 4. Here 4 is less than 7, condition true. So we will just try to divide 7 by 4. No, it's not possible to divide 7 by 4. So again j value gets incremented by 1, and now it becomes 5. 5. 5. Okay, like this. 7 didn't get divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then now value becomes 7. 7 and here 7. 7 is less than 7? No. Condition becomes false. That's why now this 7 is considered as prime number. Then the value of I gets incremented by 1. Now the value of I becomes 8. Like this, the value of I gets keep on changing from 8 to 9, then 9 to 10, and that is our limit. When the value of I reaches to 10, since 8, 9, 10, none of these three numbers are prime numbers, so that's why these three numbers gets excluded, and we are left with only 4 numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, I hope you guys have understood this logic. So now I will consider this logic to write the C program. Now we need to declare the variable. Since in my program I am expecting user to enter the range, so I need to store this value inside a variable num. So I should create a variable num and I and then j and then is prime, okay, and then clear screen. Now I need to display this message, enter the range, using the printf function. Then I need to accept that input from the user, scanf %d ampersand num. Then I should start writing this logic. For I equals to 2, I is less than or equals to num I plus plus is prime equals to 0. Next, inner for loop. For j equals to 2, j is less than I, j plus plus, then if I mod j is equals to 0, then is prime equals to 1, and then break. Next, this inner for loop gets closed, and here I am checking if is prime is equals to 0, then print %d \t I, then outer for loop gets completed, and then return 0, and then close bracket. Okay, so this is how we can write the C program to find the prime numbers within the range of 1 to 10. So in this video I have discussed this entire logic. I hope you guys have understood the logic and I have converted the logic into the C program. So that's the end of this video, guys. If you guys like this video, or if you guys have got some useful and valuable information from this video, then click on like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and if you guys have any questions, then let me know in the comment section. And thanks for watching.